Jennifer, the children's librarian here at the Putnam County Library, and we want to welcome you to our summer reading program, Imagine Your Story. We want to bring you a special event with our favorite Bob Tarter of Animalogy, and he's brought some really fun animals today.
So make sure you continue to follow the library on the Facebook page for the Animalogy Unleashed, the Imagine Your Story summer reading program. All right, good day everyone. This is Bob Tarter with Animalogy. I appreciate you making it on our virtual wildlife programs here with the Putnam County Public Library. I do miss all of you, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see you in person, but I still wanted you to be able to see our wildlife animals for the amazing Imagine Your Story. This year we have a collection of all different types of animals, and Miss Chelsea will be able to help you out. We have a wonderful children's book that you can check out with some of these animals in it, as well as we're going to be doing some interactive questions at the end of the summer reading program. So if you have any questions, you can always email it in to Miss Chelsea, and she can get it to me, and then either at the end of the summer, we'll be able to do an interactive Q&A with everybody for the readers as kind of a celebration, or I'll just email you the answer from them. So again, my name is Bob Tarter with Animalogy. I thank you all for being able to log in and watch our program as best we can. Today's lineup, like I said, with Imagine Our Story, we have a multitude of different exhibits for us. And with our first exhibit today, we're going to start off with an amazing little creature that has a lot of information to learn from. With our first little exhibit today, I want you all to meet Rosie, our Chilean rose-haired tarantula. Now the cool thing about our tarantula here is when we look at them, you have to understand arachnids are not always going to have the 8 legs for walking around. And not everything that has arachnid is a spider. So if we start counting back here with her legs, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the most unique thing about our tarantulas here. These 2 shorter legs here in the front are modified mouth parts to be able to grab a hold of prey, stabbing the fangs into it, liquefying the inside of the body, and then coming back at a later date to drink it up. Because with our tarantula here, you're looking at a wonderful carnivore. This is a creature that is eating only other animals. And our rose-haired tarantula, the middle part of her body right here, you can see that rose color. Sometimes it doesn't come through with the camera, but the hairs here are going to protect her body. And as our carnivore, she's going to be able to sleep during the day and awake and active at nighttime. So we have a nocturnal creature here that is found in South America. And what she's going to be doing is keeping a lot of our pest populations in check. Some people don't like spiders, but they keep a lot of animal population in check, which is important for us. Now our spiders here in Tennessee and surrounding areas are going to do a wonderful job of keeping those populations down. Without our predators, we will have way too many pests, we have way too many problems. Now, classroom, household, library pet tarantulas do very well. They can survive on a diet of crickets, or even I recommend the Dubai roaches that you can buy at your local pet stores. She can shed her skin over the course of her body. The middle part of the body pops open, she climbs out and continues to grow. The hair here on her body is going to alert her. If a predator comes by at nighttime, she has good vision, but if she feels the wind with the hairs, that will alert her of a predator coming nearer to her. Now, in the desert Southwest, we can have 3 different types of arachnids living in the same area. Tarantulas, which have these 2 modified mouth parts to hold onto the prey. When you think of a scorpion, they have the pinchers used to grab a hold of it and stab it with the stinger. And then my favorite one is actually the vinegaroon, which we brought here to the library before. It is actually an arachnid that walks around with 6 legs and uses its 2 front legs for feelers, because that is actually a blind arachnid. And the same modified mouth parts grab a hold of prey, dragging it to the jaws where they grind it up and drink it. Masochism when you grind up your prey to be able to get it into that very liquid state, kind of like a milkshake for us. You can see her spinnerets here on the back side of her body. She will lay a web, and she will protect her young by hiding it from another predator. Classroom, household pet, library pet, tarantulas can live 5-8 years on average. I've had one that has lived up to 13 years of age. So this is an easy pet to take care of. Lots of books that are written about our spiders. One of the favorite ones is going to be Charlotte's Web. And these animals are important. As a nocturnal carnivore, they're going to be able to eat things that you do not want to have around your homes. Now, All right, again, this is Bob Tarter. We're going to get out our next exhibit for our virtual summer reading program, Imagine Your Story. The next exhibit is one of our favorite, more charismatic exhibits, another nocturnal carnivore for us to see today. And with this one, I want you all to meet Molly. Molly here is our African pygmy hedgehog. And with Molly here, we can see a different style of hunting for us. Now, when we look at our hedgehog, first thing you're going to notice is these hairs here. These hairs here are not like the hairs or the quills of a porcupine. The quills of a porcupine are designed to come out of their body and stick into yours. These hairs here, if I pull them out, it's going to feel like I'm pulling her hair, and she doesn't like that. But when we look at her belly, our ventral surface, you can see it has a very soft fur to it. And these hairs here are going to be able to protect her. If she gets scared, agitated, nervous, she curls up into a little bitty ball, and those hairs stick out at different directions, being able to poke a predator. Now, our nocturnal insectivore here, remember that was our new word from this one, insectivore. This creature here loves to eat other animals, but she's not going to be able to eat anything like a rabbit or a deer. She has to eat beetles, snails, slugs, and grubs. And everything in the wild has an amazing niche to do that. And that's where this long nose, if you watch your nose while we have her out, it's always sniffing, always smelling. A lot of our animals will use that sense of smell to be able to protect themselves, finding food, finding predators. Good sense of whiskers when you see that face hair. Decent eyes for a nocturnal animal, but again, these large ears. She can be able to hear our animals climbing through the soil. This is where we're doing our yoga for us. And what she's going to do is she's going to be able to put her nose to the ground, sniff around eating those beetles, snails, slugs, and grubs. Now the hairs here, this is a multi-use animal. The African pygmy hedgehog is a product of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was all throughout Europe, Asia, down into Africa. And this is a mixture of all the wild species of hedgehog that they would carry with them. The hedgehog was used by the Romans. The hair was used to make cardstock as well as animal trading. But the hedgehog was food. The army marches on its stomach, and the hedgehog was a food source for your Roman foot soldier. They would take the hedgehog, throw it in the fire. When this hair here was burned off, dinner was done. Now, you may not want to be eating beetles, snails, slugs, and grubs, but eating something that eats them will help this out. Now, our nocturnal insectivore, again, good classroom household pet, on average in captivity, 3 to 5 years. My record for having one is 8. Now, we have 2 females, Molly and Polly. We'll be getting one of our males back from a teacher friend that had it up in Illinois. And once we get Don Prickles, we should be able to have some new hedgehog babies for pets. Now, we've had one here in the past, but I know our Putnam County Library has a wonderful bearded dragon. But that's if you've seen one of our hedgehogs before, it's been here at the library. Classroom household pet, you can feed them a high-quality dry cat food with bug supplements to help them have it, or there is a formulated diet for hedgehogs. And again, hedgehogs very common in a lot of European and English literature. Jan Brett is one that is made the most common for our students, use them in her books. So the African pygmy hedgehog is a wonderful, easygoing, nocturnal creature that is easily handled, but again, not something that is going to need daily care, but you will have to give them every other day, check on food and water for us. So our arachnid is going to be a little bit more low maintenance. Our hedgehog is going to require daily checking and care on food about every 3 days if they run out of it in their food bowl.